Hi guys, if you guys can see me already. Hello, hello, hello. I am going live early, as you can tell, because we've been getting afternoon storms, which have been raining us out. And I've tried uploading, and the same storms have kept me from being able to upload. So, and I'm waiting on YouTube to catch up. So we're going to go live early and chit chat. There we are. Well, almost. Yeah, okay, let's get live chat pulled up. And I think I've let everybody know. You don't like that light shining right in your faces. Let me turn that a little bit. And I have shorts on today. I never wear shorts, guys. Oh, like I just turned it right into us, didn't I? That helps any. This meeting is now being live streamed. There we go. JC! And hello, Nancy. How are you? Hi, guys. Yeah, it's still morning. I would have been on at 10, like I promised yesterday, but I had to take an emergency shower. There is nothing like dumping a whole glass of pomegranate juice all over yourself to make you go running for the shower. So all my clothes are now hanging in the shower. They've been rinsed out. I don't have any more sticky juice all over me, which is a good thing. And I'm getting texts from everybody and the uncle. Oh, yeah. Colleen sent me a text. I can see you. Can you guys hear me? That's the big one. Hi, Sherlock. Lori, how are you today? Have a little bit of frog, but I think that's from gasping, going, oh, this is cold. Because I like to drink my juice straight out of the fridge. So yeah, emergency shower, which is why you've got such a lovely hairdo today. I didn't comb it. I didn't try to pick it. I just tried to get my bangs somewhat straightened out and then threw the rest of Esmeralda up in a clip. I'm sure she'll get me for it later. Deep breaths. Do our little stretch. There we are. Okay. Now I feel a little better. And I have cameras everywhere today. I've got one on the computer. I've got one over here to my left. That's the one I'm working on. I have one pointed at my sewing machine or my embroidery machine because I'm going to show you some stuff on the embroidery machine. I don't know who's trying to call me, but I don't need to talk to you peoples right now, whoever you are. You can leave a voicemail. And it's getting warm in here because, you know, closed up mobile home room with 43 lights on and the fan not turned towards me. It's cold, or it's warm. It was cool earlier, but I guess the lights will keep me warm enough. And since I have shorts on, I should survive. So I went live yesterday and I walked you guys through what I was making with this. And I got all 16 of my blocks done. I did, I got 11 done. We finished the live. I did the other 5 slowly over the course of the afternoon and evening last night. Oh, well, that's good, Nancy. I wasn't sure if that was good or bad until I saw the hearts. So his white blood count is higher, means his body's more capable of fighting infection. Is that right? I know a little bit about medical stuff, but only because, and I'll share any information I know. Oh, did I freeze? That stinks. I'm putting some lotion on. I always have to do that after I take a shower, or I get these scaly elbows that look like a reptile. Oh, well, I'm glad that that's a good thing. Does that mean that he's improving, possibly. I hate to, do they say the word remission with lung cancer? I don't know what's good and bad when it comes to that. And the reason I don't is because I don't have it. But I know that my mom never went into any kind of remission. She got some better, and then they started radiation. I think the radiation just wiped her out. She'd lost so much weight by that point, though. My mom was 88 pounds. You saw the replay? Yay for Team Replay. A lot of people watched that replay. Hey, Sylvia, I'm early, but I knew you wouldn't mind. Makes it earlier in the day for you. Oh, well, I hope he gets there. I hope he gets there soon. Not just that he gets into remission, but that he gets there soon. That's a good thing. I have a girlfriend who has lung cancer. They removed her lower left lobe. She has never smoked anything, not even like pot when we were all in high school kind of thing. So she's, yeah. Oh, that stinks, Colleen. That infusion takes a lot out of him, doesn't it? I'm still rubbing in lotion. I didn't want you guys to think I'm doing something funky here. Anyway, Anita is just about in remission, but she has a drain that has gotten infected. They took it out yesterday, and she's going home soon. And I don't want to go any further on her name because she doesn't want, I guess her mother is sick and elderly, and she doesn't want her mom to know the details of what's going on. Just, she knows that my friend has cancer, and that's basically all she wants her mom to know while her mom's dealing with her own stuff. So, couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys. And one of them is related to something that was said in someone else's chat last week. And I want to touch on it. And well, you're on the North American continent, Tracy. She's trying. Right. And he's got to take a shower and all that stuff. Yeah. The other day, Stephanie Stitches addressed an issue about someone leaving a comment in her chat negative to, let me see if I can get this right, LBTQ people. I never get the letters in the right order, but lesbian, queer, gay, transgender, etc. Right? And I didn't address it afterwards, so I didn't think I needed to, but I got a crappy comment from somebody and it is not showing. I have all my comments held for review for a reason. I want to make sure that everybody who watches my channel knows that I am a staunch supporter of people who are LBGTQ. Okay, thank you, Sylvia. She put it in the comments so I'd get the letters right. I am a staunch supporter of those people. I grew up around people who cross-dressed, who were transgender, who are gay, who are lesbian. I have friends who are bi, whatever the terminology is, non-gender, transgender, whatever. And I have friends and family who fit into those categories. I am a staunch supporter of those people. If you have a problem with that, there's an unsubscribe button and you're welcome to leave. I'm not wanting to be rude to anyone, but I want you to know that that is something that I do support. I have friends, I have family. One of my children and their spouse are both transgender or non-gender. And I don't want to hear a bunch of negativity in comments about that. You're welcome to leave a comment. I will review it. If I think it goes fine with my community standards, I will let it go out there. But no, I'm not going to share your comments that you made trashing transgender people. So bye. That one's gone. I'm not going to deal with that. I agree with Sylvia or with Stephanie, and I agree with Shannon at Slay Arts, both. There's no place for you to be negative about people who think differently than you. That's not applicable here. All right, so now that I've got that off my chest, and that comment person has been blocked, they won't be able to come back and make any more comments, even if no one else sees them but me. They can see them all day long. That's the way that works. They can make all the comments they want, but the only person who gets to read them is they'll see them. None of my subscribers see them. That's just the way it is. Yeah, keep your hate to yourself. And yeah, I support my family and my friends 100%. If that's disagreeable, I'm sorry. I actually am not sorry. I'm just, that's me. That's me. Okay, so let's go on to more fun stuff than that. But I wanted to say that up front because of that comment that I got from somebody. Yeah, keep your hate to yourself. If you got to hate on somebody, go home. Go home. That's just where it needs to be. So now we're going to do fun stuff. We're done with that. And don't try to use religion again. Other genders and other, the Bible talks about them in the Old Testament. And if you're going to use Old Testament stuff to try to prove it, I don't walk around calling myself a Christian, but I was raised Southern Baptist. I had the Bible beat into me as a kid. I can use it, and definitely can use it in the right way. So fun stuff. Oh, Stephanie's open. Yay, Stephanie. And Colleen got an order in. There you go. She's spending her allowance. So Colleen is at 1.14K. Yay, Colleen. So that's 1,140 plus subscribers. Yes. Sylvia is at 824. Brandy 100 Proof Quilter is at 482. Wayne is at 736. And last but definitely not least, Dawn at My Quilt Projects is at 900. She's 100 away from that 1,000 that she needs to hit the big YouTube goal for monetization. And she's only 100 shy. If you're not subscribed to Dawn at My Quilt Projects, you should at least go over and check her out. I think her videos are fun and entertaining and interesting. So I would love it if you went over and checked her out. If she's not your cup of tea, that's great. But if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, if only for her shorts. Her shorts are super funny. And she actually does, thank you, Nancy. We appreciate that. She actually does long arm quilting videos where she gets right down there on her long arm and shows you. And I find that really interesting. That's soothing to me to watch. I don't know about you, but yeah, definitely go check her out. And any of the mods or the other people that I've talked about here today, go check them out, see what you think. Everybody isn't for everybody. I'm not for everybody. My style may be different than what you like or you're used to, and that's perfectly fine. And Colleen, she chats a lot, but she does sew, and her shorts are super informative. Sylvia here lately has been doing, she's calling it slow stitch, which means she's hand stitching things, but she's doing some killer embroidery, and she's put up a ton of shorts on them. So definitely go check out Sylvia's shorts, especially if you like to do embroidery or hand embroidery. She's also a great teacher of FPP, which is, what does the F stand? Foundation paper piecing. Oh, sorry about that. Brain fart. Yes, we definitely support one another, Tracy. We definitely support one another. She does so. She teaches FPP, and she's done a killer job on some machine stitched applique. She's doing hand stitching right now because she's waiting on some things with her vision to get checked, and it's hard to use her sewing machine with, they've got a prism of some kind that makes it really hard for her to focus on her sewing machine. She also does, and you'll see in Sylvia's link in the chat, there's also an email address for her. If you need an FPP pattern drawn up for anything, Sylvia's the person to talk to. Send her an email. She'll send you a quote for it. And her turnaround time is incredibly fast, within a week at the very outmost. Everything I've ever asked her for has been delivered within just a couple of days. And her prices are very reasonable. And you still can't get your new glasses after the phone consult. Sylvia, why? I'm ready to send you mine. If they would help you, I would. And Colleen has bought into my 2023 year of the scrap. She's working on trying to get rid of some of her scrap stuff. So, and that's a great segue, actually, to what I'm working on here, which is, this is my mystery quilt. And this is the project that I walked you guys through, how to get it cut with Brother Scan and Cut. And then I have a video that I need to edit, which I haven't done yet, coming out about how to transfer this file over into, I'm using Simply Applique, and it's super easy to transfer it over and then move it around how you want it. And let's see, I think that the other camera will give you guys a better view. So let me see if this will let me change cameras without. And I tried to set the cameras up where I would want to show. Let's see if it goes. There you go. That's not bad, is it? All right, so here's my little, and I'm gonna roll myself over into the screen here so you guys can see me. This is my applique pattern that I designed and drew up, and then I cut it with my Brother Scan and Cut. And what I want you guys to see here, the reason I'm kind of flipping through them, is everything is in exactly the same spot on all of my blocks. And I cut my background pieces to 10 inches square. And then yesterday on the live, I was doing quite a few of these. My heat and bond wasn't working very well. It was the little iron I was using. I did have to do a little bit down at the edges. But when I got down and really looked at it, I think that my heat and bond at the very edges of my little pieces may not have held too well. But I want you to see this because this is a great way to get identical blocks if that's what you're wanting for a quilt. And that is what I wanted for this quilt. And when I first started making these, aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? I love them. When I first started making these, I was thinking that I was going to do them so that they were turned, like each one in each row would be turned different directions. And I wouldn't have anyone in any row or column turned the same direction. So there's 4 possible directions I could turn this. But after I've looked at it a few times, let's see if you guys can kind of see this like I see it. If I turn them the right way, they look like dragon eyes or like frog eyes. Aren't they cute? Thank you, Nancy. Hi, Lisa. How are you today? Speaking of applique, and where did I learn it? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these whichever way, but I'm not going to call the quilt the Sudoku quilt. I'm going to call it the Dragon Eye quilt because I think that that's what they look like. And now that Colleen has pointed that out to me, that is what they all look like to me. It's like dragon eyes. What do you guys think? I was going to say Lisa should be in there for sure. And what I did was in between these first couple, let's see how close I can get this for you. My stitches, I still haven't taken my paper out of the back. My stitches, I think, are fairly short. And I went back into my applique file in Simply Applique, and I made my stitches longer. So I saw that Lisa is going to be live on the 23rd, which is next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday. And that she's planning on being live, and I plan on being there. I've even got an alarm put in my phone, Lisa. But so I think this is going to be called the Dragon Eye Quilt. So I'll go back and change the title on the ones that I've already done for this. And I'm going to change it Mystery Quilt to Dragon Eye Quilt. And I will, if you guys want, make the pattern available for you to be able to download and use however you like. I'm not going to give you the SVG file because that's not what I have. I have it's called a CRWM file for the Brothers Scan and Cut. Nancy sees a golf ball. Yeah, when I first, well, Wayne drew up these pieces for me, and then I put them together how I wanted. And you can see on the back that two of my pieces overlap. But once Colleen said Dragon Eye, I just could not unsee that. I can't see anything else. Maybe Frog Eyes. You're not right. Yeah. Yeah, we're all going through withdrawals for you, Lisa. I'm glad you're getting your new room set up. Now, how far away did you move? I know you're not taking over my chat. I know you feel like that when you go in other people's rooms, but no, you're not. I just was interesting. A George Jetson ship. Well, I'm going to call this the Dragon Eye. That's, I think, what I've decided that it's going to be called. And Sylvia, I was throwing ideas out there yesterday. This black batik is going to be the sashing on this quilt. And Sylvia suggested that I use the yellow instead of the orange for my cornerstones that I'm going to put in here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I do like it with all of my colors. And I only did 2 different colors on these blocks. I did the purple and the green. And I think that that yellow batik goes in with everything and matches. And with the black sashing, it will be really cute. Yeah. An hour away, that's not bad. That's not bad. We're still kicking around the idea of moving probably to Ohio because that's where my oldest son is. And we're still kicking that idea around and thinking about it. This is a batik, I think. Let me pull it open and you can see. Yeah, it is a batik. So technically I could use this yellow turned either direction. And I do like the fact that there's some ombre going on in it, that it's lighter to darker, because that gives me an opportunity to play with where I put the cornerstones in the quilt. So I'm going to have to lay this one out on the design wall and lay out the sashing and the cornerstones and everything so that I get it the way I want it to look. Yeah, it is. And I think the black is a batik as well. And I haven't started cutting this black because I'm debating whether it's, oh, I have 2 yards of it, not just 1. Awesome. I thought I only had 1. So it may be the border too. But I think I'm going to pre-wash this black batik just to make sure it doesn't run on anything. So yeah, I'm really happy with the color choices. And it's a good thing because this one needs to be finished for a baby shower in July. And I found out last night that there's yet another. I think there's 2 coming. I have this sneaking suspicion that there's another one coming from one of my daughters. I don't know why, but they like to wait till like Father's Day to tell us. So I kind of have a sneaking suspicion that one of them's going to present us with news on Father's Day. I don't have any concrete proof of that. It's just a feeling. Um, but I've got a baby due. There's one due in July, and then there's definitely one due at the beginning of 2024. I think it's due like January or February. Batiks only run if you use a color catcher. Nancy, you feel like you missed something about Colleen's hubby? He had some health issues for a while, and he has to have an infusion every few weeks for that health issue, but he's going to be fine as long as he does his infusions. I think that's enough detail for a live. And if you, Colleen's not on Facebook, but I think you're in the Discord. You could ask her in Discord. She may be willing to share more details there. Ooh, that's an idea, Sylvia. I hadn't thought about that. And I knew you weren't supposed to use color catchers on batiks, but the same thing. I didn't know that that was why. Because I saw someone in a quilting group on Facebook suggest color catchers to somebody for batiks they thought would run. And I was sitting there thinking, no, 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 don't do that. But I didn't know why, so I didn't say anything. And it wasn't my group, so I didn't research it. It might have been in the creative crew that Lisa has. That would be brilliant if that worked for you, Sylvia, if the eye patch worked. Oh, okay, Nancy. Do you have Colleen's email? My email is on my About Me page. So if you want to email me, oh, well, she's putting it out there. Okay. I was going to say, if you want to email me, maybe I can forward your email address to Colleen, but looks like she's putting more information in there for you. And that stinks that you lost Discord. That makes me mad for you. Oh, is there, I mean, I think that you used to be able to wash fabrics in salt and it would seal the color. Will that work with batiks, Tracy? Do you know? Or anybody? Tracy isn't the only one who can answer that question. And Lisa, are you still here? If she is, I've got to tell her something. Yeah, pray for Colleen just as much as her husband, because I swear, men being sick, it's like the whole world comes to an end. Most of them. Wayne's not like that, but one of his coworkers, I hear a lot of their like one end of the conversation. Um, and his coworker, I swear, I would swat if he was. If I dated someone like him, I would probably leave. Because I just wanted to say, on one of your chats just about a year ago, you took a moment out to talk about TikTok and trolls and not letting them get you down. Between that and then Colleen and Sylvia absolutely backing me, you really helped me out because I was like totally frustrated with YouTube at that point. And I'm glad I stuck it out. And I really appreciated you saying what you did, even if it wasn't aimed at me. But I really appreciated you saying that day. You don't even know how well timed that commentary was from you. I was just so frustrated with the whole YouTube situation and all the stuff going on YouTube. And I thought, oh, I'm done with this crud. And then you said what you said. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I wanted to make sure I passed along a big thank you for that. And I just ironed that yellow down, and I'm just going to leave it underneath my wool mat there. Because I don't know for sure yet if I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do 2-inch or 2.5-inch cornerstones, since they're supposed to be 8.5-inch blocks. So yeah, that's why I'm not cutting it, but I wanted to get that ironed up. And then I have a video already put together. Let me move back to the other camera real quick. Oh, definitely, Lisa. That's kind of what I've learned. Let's see, go back to the camera that's closer. This one seems fuzzier to me. Yeah, Colleen, it really was. And Colleen and I discussed that same day. And I said, oh my, I feel like she was talking to me. And Colleen said, well, I feel like she was talking to me. So I just wanted to mention that and let you know that it really makes a difference when the bigger creators share their experiences. So when I talk about what's going on, with me, then I hope that encourages somebody else. Hello, Gay. How are you today? I can see you. Gay came in a couple weeks ago and I couldn't see her. So yes, Lisa, definitely. Thank you for being you. And I've learned tons from Lisa over the years, even before I started making videos. And I'm never intending to rip you off, Lisa, if I make something that looks similar. But one of the reasons that I came up with like my own little pattern is because I've seen Lisa do it a zillion times. And I thought, well, I can do that. Like I said, I had to have Wayne draw up the pieces in, he did it in Adobe. He's got like the professional version of Adobe because he uses it for work and he pays for it. Work doesn't, so I'm not ripping his work off. But I had him go ahead and make me the pieces, and then I put them into Scan and Cut and Design Space and all of that. And now what I'm doing is I'm starting to take some of this paper out. But those of you who are following along, do you want me to show you today how to move the pattern from the Canvas workspace? Or do you want me to go ahead and just let you watch the video that I made on it once it's edited and you don't have to watch me fumble? So yeah, Colleen, it made a big difference to a lot of us, I think, to a lot of us who were just starting out. And Colleen's over 1,000. I'm just over 2,500. And I think at the time that you said that I was like at 700 or 800. And Sylvia's at 824, and we're trying to get her over the 1,000 mark. Yeah, I've never had any luck with printing with the freezer paper, but I've tried it too. And I have a printer over here that I bought specifically to try it. I had so many supplies because of Lisa. I think I'm going to do the edited one, Sherlock. And then while I'm sitting here, I'm trying to get this paper out of here, and it's not necessarily wanting to come out. As you can see, I'm just trying to lift it up. You watch it all anyway? Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was thinking that 10 o'clock, well, I was supposed to come live at 10 o'clock today, and then, I don't know, some of you have just come in. Right before I was supposed to go live, I poured myself a glass of pomegranate juice, and I came in here and sat down and proceeded to pour it all over myself. So I had to go take an emergency shower. You are a classic enabler, Lisa. I have Derwent Inktense pencils because of you. Freezer paper applique. I already knew how to do some of it, but I got better. And I have a quilt floating around here that I made and probably poor Lisa, I messaged her so many times on this thing, but I waited until she finished her Happiness is Homemade quilt, and then I made my own, and I made it from my scrap bin. So none of my colors matched. None of my colors matched anything Lisa did. But I love that Happiness is Homemade quilt, and nobody's getting it. It's in my will for where it goes. And that's if my husband gives it up, because he might not. But I really want to make some more. Yeah, I already had fabric paint, but I bought the fabric medium and some aloe gel because of her for use with the Derwent ink fence pencils. And then I've made several of those mysteries that she did. I think that may be why I called this one a mystery when I couldn't come up with a name. I'm going to have to sit and play with these. I need to sit down with the Cricut machine and do maybe the next baby quilt that I do, I will do it with the Cricut machine. And then it'll have a different design. Because I'm not thinking the next baby's going to be a boy. I think it's going to be a girl. But I like the black batik and the yellow for the cornerstones for a boy. I think it'll be interesting and different colors. Yeah, you definitely did, Colleen. You went whole hog on that pig quilt. Nancy, are you filing for disability for him, or are you just trying to get him like workers' comp or something? The only person I've ever known who filed for disability and got it like the first time was my mom, and she had stage 4 lung cancer when they diagnosed her. So she got her disability first try, no problems. I've never seen that happen for anybody else that I've ever known, even people who were already terminally ill. So what do you guys think of the name Dragon Eye? I think they're going to go like this, but I'm still probably going to turn them. I'm still probably going to turn them different directions. But your mom got it immediately. Your mom's still alive though, Colleen, right? And she's not ill that I know of. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Well, I already bragged on Sylvia and Colleen and Lisa. So bragged on everybody today. But yeah, that pig is amazing, Colleen. Has anybody tried to buy that from them? Have they told them that's going to cost them $1 million? Is that Minions, guys? $1 million is nothing according to that movie. Still pulling paper. I thought so. But you still talk to her fairly regularly. But yeah. And like I said, I only did 2 colors on this. I do need to. I haven't. Well, I looked at the dragon video, but I didn't get very far. Well, yeah, why not have love fests? I don't like hate fests. We already talked about that. I don't like haters. If you're going to hate on somebody, just go on home. It's okay. You don't have to be here. If you're in a bad mood and you want to feel better, come see us. We'll make you feel better. But if all you're here for is to cause trouble, I got no time for it. Y'all, I am a bad kid. There they are. I didn't put my surgical scissors back yesterday. So I'm sitting here going, where are they? Thinking that would lift the paper up very easily so I could pull it, right? There we go. See, lifted up that little edge and then I can just pull it out of there. And I don't want to leave this in here. If it were like SF-101 or something, I would just leave it. Yeah, we will make you laugh even if you don't want to. But if it were a regular interfacing, I'd leave it, but I don't want this coming out through the pores of my quilt. Ah, that stinks on that flea market. Oh, so he may be eligible for workers' comp rather than just disability. A friend of mine was a corrections officer for years and years, and he had to go out because of heart-related problems. And about a year after he went out, the union from the prison, which is where he worked, contacted him and said, "You do know that heart-related problems are considered a workers' comp issue. You don't have to file for disability." He was young. He was like in his mid-40s. And so the union helped him get disability through workers' comp, which actually increased the amount of disability he gets per month. Or it gave him disability at all. He wasn't getting anything because he was still fighting the government to get disability. I used, where is my roll? I used my paper stabilizer. There's a thread on it. And there's a link to it in my Amazon cart. But it's just, I sent Colleen the link, so I may have to look for it. He's on Social Security already, good. But the background fabric is that fabric I got from Marshall Dry Goods when I bought that whole roll or whole bolt of fabric. And it's that white with the white on white. So it's the stuff, it's got like little horseshoes in the white. Yeah, I can send you the link after. Hello, Shannon at Slay Arts. How are you today? I don't think I've put Shannon in my bot yet. I need to. That's one I haven't added. But I need to. I was talking about you earlier. It was all good. Nothing bad. And I am peeling some backing off of my blocks for my quilt that I've decided I'm going to call Dragon Eye or Dragon's Eye. I don't know. But I'm trying to get this one done so that I can go on to make another quilt. We all know how that goes. I want to finish this one because I want to start that one. And my brain is turning on, well, I came live way early. I usually don't come on until 2 on Thursday. Hello, Shannon. From Colleen. Colleen is trying to get a link to the stabilizer that I use. And I'm just picking stabilizer out to keep my hands busy while I chit chat with you guys. I made a block on Monday night. I didn't figure I needed to make another block this week for you. And then I made these blocks during the live yesterday. So that's why I decided I'd go ahead and show you guys the colors I have picked out, share the name, and then maybe work on getting some of this out of there. So Shannon, where are you at today? I gave everybody else's numbers, but I didn't look at yours. I know you're well over 400. Are you over 5? Shannon's growing incredibly fast, which is good, but she also already kind of had a head start on some of us because she helps run the cotton ears stuff. Yeah, your ears must have been burning. And I like the way Shannon put it. She's like, I'm a big girl. I got big shoulders. Yep. It wasn't anything bad. I got one of those comments that Stephanie got, and I thought, let's go ahead and get this cleared up. Anyway, so on this one, I've done the cutting with my scan and cut. Yep, that's the right one. Tearaway stabilizer. That's the one that I use, Sylvia. You can buy much small. When you look, don't just buy that one roll. They also make this tearaway stabilizer that I'm using in pre-cut pieces and packages of 100. You can buy 8x8, 10x10, I think, and that might work better for slow stitching. Oh yeah, well, I have all of my comments held for review, except for, people who comment regularly and I know. So nobody saw the comment, but they were commenting about a friend of mine who is trans that I mentioned in another live. Shannon, I get trolls all the time. I just, like I said, I know you don't like my imitation is flattery comment, but it really is. And if I didn't look at it like that, I'd be, probably nuts. 428. I thought you were higher than that. Awesome. It's definitely humbling to think that that many people want to hear what you have to say, isn't it? And sometimes I'm just like, you know, when I look at my numbers, I think the same thing. I'm like, you want to hear me ramble? But apparently, some people do. Yeah, and the other reason is because I get a lot of kids. My Mr. Happy stuff, when I was drawing it all the time, I got a lot of comments from kids. And I didn't really want somebody saying something nasty to a kid. But yeah, 428 is awesome. You only started your channel a couple months ago. It took me what seemed like forever to get there. But yeah. And guys, if you don't know who Shannon is, she works. Are you Cotton Cuts or are you just an ambassador for them, Shannon? I'm never 100% sure on that. I know you're the person that I always talk to about it. And not just an ambassador, but I don't know if you own the company or if it's yeah, I ramble. I don't know if you own the company or if you help out. You know what I'm asking, I think. And if you ever wonder if I mean something in a nice way or a cruddy way, I don't say things in a cruddy way. If I've got something cruddy to say to you, I will say it straight out. I try to be nice to everybody till you make it so I can't be. But anyway, so she works with Cotton Cuts. She may own it. And she's the one I've always talked to about anything to do with that. And she's also doing just mad organizational skills. I mean, mad organizational skills. She was showing how she puts together her stuff for doing legit kits, which are apparently intense FPP kind of thing. And I'm just like, oh. Well, Shannon, you do enough work for them that I really thought you worked for them. Maybe you should talk to them about that. Because you are one of those best salespeople. Eh. Most of the time, YouTube is really good. And then there's a few things that are just like, really? Still working on paper. But I try to encourage other people. I've been very encouraged by others. Cotton Cuts is in Missouri. Well, that's good. I had, quote unquote, a YouTube channel a long time before I started doing videos. And I really started doing videos because I was seeing people out there who were getting bad information on some stuff. And I watched another content creator. You don't hint at it, ask for it outright, Shannon. Come on. Be the entrepreneur I know you can be. I'm going to steal the things that you bought and put them on my own t-shirts. But be entrepreneurial. I can't even say that word. Go out there and say, hey man, people think I work for you because I do so much promotion. How about we have a deal here? Maybe you can get your kids for free or something at the very least. I don't know how those work. But you may only have 428 subscribers, but you are definitely an influencer when it comes to those things. Because I didn't hear about cotton cuts until you and Stephanie started doing that. Well, I'd heard of it vaguely, but the weekly meeting or the monthly block meeting is a genius idea. I mean, because that's where I signed up from, and a couple other people I know too. Because I saw that colorway that one of the girls was doing. I was like, ooh, I love that fabric. So that's why I signed up. And I know I can't be the only one who signed up because of that. So I don't know if you have a marketing degree or just happened to blind luck into that one, but it was a fantastic idea. I think it's a great idea. And you should definitely contact them and show them what you've put together. Because you've got your own mailing list of quite a few people now. And I mean, you're getting us group discounts from what I understand. I don't know how much they are. I just know you told me to make sure I signed up through this link. That's what I did. So see, I'm following orders, Shannon. You need to tell people that. You need to tell them that you're bringing them new subscribers. Oh no, I'm mean and awful and nasty, Shannon. Just think about it. But I think you should definitely contact them for it. And if you need to link them to my video, that's fine. Yeah, that's another thing right there. Thank you, Colleen, for putting that up. I am happy to share people's links if they're in chat and they're participating. If you just came in at the last 5 minutes of chat just to get, your link shared, no thanks. And I strongly suspect that there is at least one who's coming into chat just to get her link shared. And it's not getting shared because she doesn't participate in chat. And then she's leaving me a dislike. Sorry. If you want your link shared, I'll be happy to do it. But, interact with somebody. That's what we're here for. It's about community. Yeah. And most of my mods are people who are friends with me outside of YouTube itself. Some of them I'm in text messages with 24/7, it seems like. I think my my bot has a lot of random information in it for us, Colleen. And I need to put more in there. Exactly. Exactly, Shannon. You are actually bringing them. I'm not emotionally dyslexic. It's sarcasm. It's sarcasm, or my weird way of sarcasm. I'll agree with you that I'm mean and nasty and whatever, and I'm not looking to fight. If I want to fight with you, I'll fight with you. But life's too short, guys. I have 2 adult sons, 4 adult daughters, 22, maybe 23 grandkids. And my mom was one of 17 kids. I have 100 and 50 first cousins. When I get on here and talk about Appalachian memories, I am talking about stuff I grew up going through. Um, yeah. So I'm not looking to fight with you. I'm not going to sit here and argue about anything. Yeah, if you want to fight and argue, there's the door. That's why I say if somebody wants to come in and criticize your sewing or your quilting, there's the door. You don't have to be here. You know? And I believe that wholeheartedly in person. And Shannon, I'm a big girl. I'm used to, deflecting other things with humor. But one of my favorite movies of all time is Roxanne with Steve Martin. And I'm going to pull my hair up for just a second. Do you guys see this? This is my birthmark. I grew up with that. It's been there since the day I was born. It will still be there the day I die. It's not going away. So, I have heard every insult, every nasty name, whatever. So, I've heard all of that stuff. And I decided a long time ago, I will defend myself when I feel it's necessary. And Nancy, there's the other side of that. I may not jump up and down when somebody messes with me, but when you mess with my friends, it's on like Donkey Kong. Someone messed with one of my kids, and I'm immediately like, I'm old, I can go to prison. Where are they? I mean, that's my thought process. My daughter-in-law's like, calm down, calm down. I'm like, no, you don't mess with my kids. Everybody else, but you don't mess with my friends and my family. And I probably wouldn't sit by and let someone else get attacked either. As a matter of fact, I haven't. And that's one of the things I value about the friends I have is that, when crap started happening and trolls started appearing, they were like, we got you. And they stepped right up and formed a little wall around me. And that's what I hope I do for other people too. Yeah, definitely, Shannon. Definitely. And my mom said that. She said she wanted her daughters to be strong and able to stand up to anything. And boy, are we. My poor sister, she's been a single mom raising kids in Kansas with no family support, working 2, 3 jobs. I did pretty much the same here in Florida. And my grandfather one time was like, I have to tell you, he was old at the time. I mean, he was 85 or something. He said to me, he says, you're the only one of my grandkids who never came and asked for nothing. And I said, what was I supposed to come ask for? He said, you never asked for food or a roof over your head or money and I'm like, well, did you have it to give? I didn't think so. I just dealt. But yeah, that does make us strong. It definitely makes us strong. And then to end up being a big girl on top of it is like, yeah. So that's definitely something you have to think about. Yeah. Yeah, Colleen is the queen of rose-colored glasses. I love her to death, but I'm always going, I don't think you're seeing that the way I see it. So I've got quite a few of these picked apart here. Only got like 3 left. And then I've got to put this up on my design wall and decide whether I want 2 or 2.5 inch sashing. I really want the quilt to be really sturdy for who I'm making it for a baby. So I want to make sure it's really sturdy for that. So I'm thinking I may go with the smaller, the 2-inch sashing. But I've got enough of that black to make the borders too. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. I think that Lori and Tracy are both very smart to know their limits on, I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut. That's definitely something to keep track of. I have another design wall, Tracy. But yeah, there is actually room on my design wall. Yeah. And actually, I was reading somebody, I won't name the name, put part of YouTube's toss in the description of a video yesterday. And doing the wind them up and watch them go crap is against YouTube toss, the terms of service. So if you're one of those people doing that, you're going to get your account deleted. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, so I had been on here, I don't know, an hour, something like that. And you guys are now probably bored with watching me tear stabilizer off of this, especially since I'm doing it down low instead of up high. I can do to a point, but yeah, there's limits. And there is a Appalachian Memories full video coming out tomorrow and a short. I've already got both done. And I'm going to try to get the video for transferring the scan and cut file to Simply Applique up. All right, Shannon, you have a great day. And I'm glad you came in and joined us too. That was fun. But I'm going to get that one up on Saturday. And then if I can get this quilt done, then what I'll plan on doing next week is to try to start the other quilt and then use the Cricut to cut that and create the file. And that way the Cricut peoples get as much attention as the scan and cut peoples do. And I may be the only one using the scan and cut. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys all coming. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Colleen, that's definitely true. All right. And yes, Sylvia will be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're in the UK, it'll be 2 p.m. I appreciate you guys all coming and joining me and joining in the chat. If you're watching this and watching the replay too. Yeah, well, I'm thinking this early live might actually work out better because I don't hear any thunder boomers, and that's what I was afraid of, was hearing thunder. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any lurking, you all have a great day. Thank you for watching. And if somebody wants to criticize your stuff, tell them to go on down the road. They don't need to be there. Love y'all. Bye.